So guys, before we jump into this, I just want to say this is a really long video. If you don't have 23 minutes to watch this, then do me a favor. Jump ahead to like 15, 16 to 17 minute mark and watch from there on, because the most important part of the video is there. The beginning stuff maybe isn't as necessary. But if you don't have the time to watch the whole thing, jump ahead to 16 or 17 minutes. I feel like that's the most important point that I want to make with this whole video.
Here's my deal. You're not gonna get those 3 million motherfuckers to sell cheap. And this shit won't end until these motherfuckers turn around and say, sell. Now people go, yeah, well, how are we gonna why are we gonna make them do what they gotta do? Can't they continue fucking with us? You know, and buying it and using it as a... Let me tell you something, motherfuckers. How do we know we're in decline? I'll tell you. When the buy button fucking disappears.
And you just said that on camera. This going viral.
Ape Nation, thank you for helping me pass 200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully I can earn it today.
Let me explain something to you. FOMO is not going to be allowed to enter the party after a certain while. Ain't nobody going to be able... I'm just telling you how this is going to go down when it goes down. This is going to become a private fucking party. If you're in, and then you can liquidate your position, but nobody else is coming in on display. That's the kind of shit we're working with. But how do we know we're actually climbing? Because at a certain point, you ain't gonna be able to buy anymore. You're not gonna be able to add on. All matters will be settled. And the only way that's gonna happen is we can't continue to buy more.
Ape Nation, what's going on? It is July 14th, 2021. It is about 7 o'clock, and I know I said I was going to a part 2 of a video, but the more I've been thinking about it, the more it's really come to my attention that right now is bad timing for any kind of nonsense. We are down overall on the stock. A lot of people who bought in at 40, 50, 60 are seeing big red numbers. And guys, I can relate. I remember buying this stock at $10, $11, and it went down to 7 or 8. So I have been there with you. I know exactly how you feel right now, seeing your account red. I hope that you have the wherewithal to hold these shares. If you can't, of course you can't. But if you can get the stomach up to try to hold, I think we are still in this game. I don't think we have been defeated yet. By any means. I really don't. And we're seeing the price come down, which, if, as I know I do, have the opportunity to buy back in and get them on a discount, the shares of AMC, I'm going to do that. Of course, everyone has to make their own decision. This is not any type of advice that I'm giving you, but I know that's what I'm doing personally. Now, I was going to make part 2 of that video about Lou. What I will say is this. It seems like every day there is some outlandish story. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in January, GameStop was soaring past 350. And Robinhood, Webull, E-Trade, basically all of the different apps, brokerage apps that allow you to trade, did not allow you to trade on a bunch of stocks. Basically all the shorts that they had, all the stocks that they had shorted heavily, Robinhood shut off the buy buttons for that. And let's go back for a second and listen to Vlad explain why he did that.
Where there are so many questions, and as Melissa just said, there are, frankly, as you know, a lot of angry customers out there and a lot of questions about what took place and the decisions that you made to limit so many of your customers' ability to buy stocks like GameStop. Questions about whether you have a liquidity problem, whether you're trying to protect them from themselves, whether Citadel did this. Explain what happened today.
Thank you for having me on the show again, Andrew. So what happened today was, as you pointed out, we had to make a very difficult decision. It's been a challenging day. We made the decision in the morning to limit the buying of about 13 securities on our platform. So to be clear, customers could still sell those securities if they had positions in them. And they could also trade in the thousands of other securities on our platform. So it was a difficult decision, and that's what we had to do as part of normal operations.
But explain then, why did you do this? Did the SEC call
Normal
you and tell
operations.
you had to do this? Was there a problem inside the company in terms of liquidity, in terms of the amount of deposits that you had to?
If you are a newer ape, shutting off the buy button on anything, never in history has that been done before. You have always been able to buy stock. That has never happened before. Right there when Vlad says normal operations, he's full of it.
To put it in front to the exchanges, what led to this?
Sure, and let me explain exactly how this works. First of all, I want to address some of the misinformation that's been out there, because there's a lot of it. We absolutely did not do this at the direction of any market maker or hedge fund or anyone we route to or other market participants. The reason we did it was because Robinhood is a brokerage firm. We have lots of financial requirements, including SEC net capital requirements and clearinghouse deposits. So that's money that we have to deposit at various clearinghouses. So some of these requirements fluctuate quite a bit based on volatility in the markets, and they can be substantial in the current environment where there's a lot of volatility and a lot of concentrated activity in these names that have been going viral on social media. So we're really in unprecedented times, and in order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks. And to be absolutely clear, Go ahead.
But it sounds to me, though, that you're suggesting that there was a liquidity problem inside the firm. And my question about that then raises all sorts of new questions about whether there's a systemic issue underneath the system and underneath the company unto itself.
No, there was no liquidity problem. And to be clear, this was done preemptively. So we did this proactively, and thousands of other securities remain tradable on the platform. Customers that held these positions were able to sell them. And we're doing what we can to allow buying and to remove these restrictions in the morning. But also, you might have seen Robinhood has been the #1 app in the App Store overall. So we have seen unprecedented interest due to the fact that finance has been culturally relevant in a way that hasn't been before.
For you newer apes, that was back in January when GameStop was skyrocketing. Robinhood, Webull, a bunch of the apps shut the buy button off. Now,
You're not going to solve this. They cannot allow the cycle to continue. That's how you know what's going on. So if you see in the future, very near future, people saying, I can't buy no more, what's going on? Relax. Managed run, managed squeeze. Understand something. This shit has to come to an end. And the only way to do that is no more new positions. Let it climb. People selling off. Synthetic, fuck. Keep buying. It keeps going. At a certain point, you know the brackets that we're in. You know the real price. Now you know how to do the math. So at the end of the day, there you go. You don't got a super chat, be on here for hey guys, how you doing? Go fuck your mother. At the end of the day, look. That's why I mostly pop up at night or fuck around and stuff like that. But in the daytime, really, like, if it's a fake line, it's a fake number. Everything is compromised. We know the synthetics. We know that this price that we're seeing right now is bullshit. The FTDs are coming back.
the FTDs are coming back. I think you might be compromised. I don't know. I thought you said forget about the FTDs. Anyways, there's a lot going on right now, and you know I'm partly to blame for this because I kind of went after Lou a little bit. But these theories, and make no mistake, they are theories. This is speculation. At best, speculation. If not, just totally original ideas of what could be going on. Because let's be real, Ape Nation, we're a bunch of dummies, right? We're not smart money, but we're not stupid people. And I'm not saying Lou is stupid by any means. I think he's a smart guy. But it seems like every day it's something new. And you disagree with me all you want, but I feel like that's what I've seen. And just in the last 2 weeks, because I've been following Lou since he started his channel, and I've never heard so much flipping and flopping out of this guy. And I like him. Me and Lou would get along. I have the same opinion of the street that he does. Okay? We probably grew up and went to school in very similar neighborhoods, just in 2 different cities. I think the guy is smart. He's intelligent. He's charismatic. He's funny. He's a freaking great storyteller. He will entertain you. And, he's got big ambitions down the road. But when it comes to this play, I just doubt some of the things that he's saying. And all I'll say, and I'm dropping it after this, because it seems like now there's a lot of infighting, and that's going to affect everyone's future going forward. Therefore, I am backing off because my future is included with you guys. We're all in this together, right? As well as these guys. I assume Lou has a position, and I put Review Dork and I put Apefather on my thumbnail because I know both of them do. I haven't seen Lou's, but that's none of my business what his position is. He says he has one. Okay, I'll take him for his word at it. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about that. I'm not going to try to pressure this guy into telling us what he has. It's none of my damn business. But I felt like doing a big, huge story about Lou again in his videos for the last couple nights. Even though last night I heard some crazy things and it just kind of boiled over into today. So I picked this one video because if they shut the buy button off again, Wall Street will be... It will look like January 6th on Wall Street. Let's put it that way. As well as, I would say, many other places. And of course, I am not condoning violence in any way. But people are going to lose their freaking minds if the buy buttons get shut off on our apps in the middle of a run. That is a major problem. And see, here's the bigger picture with that. Because Robinhood was able to skate with Citadel and Melvin on what they did back in January, we never got to see the full potential of what GME could have done. Right? They probably would have crushed the hedge funds. We wouldn't even be in this play right now. So in a way, I'm kind of happy that they did get to skate on some of the things they did. But if they allow that to happen again, and this is why I think the theory is so insane, and Lou swears by it, and he has his opinion, but he's saying it like it's fact, and that's why I have a problem with it. And you saw the comments in the beginning. It's creating doubt. You don't know what's going on right now. If you were one of the 55,000 people following this man, I don't know how... And it's funny because a lot of people in the comments are cheering. Like, yeah, get him, Lou, yeah. I'm like, what? Am I hearing something different? I told you guys this morning, I don't listen to comments. But if you do comment on this video, I'm going to go read them. Because I would like to know, can anybody explain to me what is going on and what is he talking about? Is this something he's been saying? Because I feel like I've watched every one of his videos, and I've never heard him say anything remotely close to this. I could be wrong. So if you feel like you want to comment, I will go read the comments on this video, because maybe I'm missing something totally, and I owe him a big apology. And if I do, I feel terrible right now. But this is the first I've heard of this. I have heard him say before, talking about shutting off the buy button back in January, but this is the first time I've heard it in our situation, in this movement, with Ape Nation. So feel free to comment and let me know. I'd rather you do that than like or anything else. I'd rather you tell me or set me straight if I'm off on this, because I don't want to go off on tangents on people that don't deserve it. Like, I want to be transparent when it comes to this play. And, you know, Lou's very open and he tells it like he sees it. But this, if I didn't follow anyone else, and let's just say I was a Louite, that was it. It's me and Lou to the end. And he just told me that, like in that comment that I posted in the intro. And I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. What is he talking about that all the synthetics from March on, those shares don't exist? If I bought in April, May, or June, I'd be freaking out right now. I'd be like, what are you talking about? And now you're telling me I'm not going to be able to buy going forward, that I'm not invited to that party. I don't know who's going to that party. He doesn't explain. He doesn't elaborate on that. And one other thing for the guys out there and girls who have bought at $40, $50, $60, $70 of your shares, I don't know why he's telling you tonight that you're going to fall off. If you have to, of course you have to do that. But if you can hold, try to hold. Because Lou just said in yesterday's video that as soon as we touch 30 or 20, we're immediately going up to 100. I mean, don't take it from me.
No problem. Here's the deal. They're going to take it down even lower than that. The idea is they're going to do the 30s. They're going to run it up to probably around 100. You know, I still kept thinking that if they take it up to 300, that's when they could really shake motherfuckers off. So his thinking, really motherfucker, he's actually working on an exchange to protect you people later on. A safe environment where nobody could...
Okay. So, according to him, we're going back to 120. So why on God's green earth you would sell right now if you bought in at 40, 50, 60, or 70, if we're about to turn around as soon as we get down to 20 and go back up to 100, I don't know why he would be making fun of you, saying it's okay if you leave. Try to stay. I agree with him. I believe this number is going back up. So don't take a loss right now. Don't take a hit and give them your money for no reason. I think this stock still has legs. So try to hold on if you can. Do everything you can to hold on. I know it's tough, but I hate to see someone get screwed over at this point. This late in the game, we got to be in the last days. We have to be. We got to be close to the end. I just don't see how they can afford to keep shorting this, paying all that heavy interest, and not getting margin call with what's going on in the broader market. So let me finish up by saying this. There's all this going on between Apefather and Lou and the transparency and showing their position. Then review Dork got on it. And Gabe, I'm sorry I put Ken Griffin next to you. I didn't mean to do that, my man. I apologize. I enjoy his channel very much, but I had to put him somewhere. I think this is what the hedge funds want. They want us bickering, arguing, calling each other names, calling people out. Because this is hurting us as a movement, as the group, however big we are, however many shares we own, which is probably the whole frickin' float by now. We probably have more than the float. We probably own all of AMC. Besides there's probably a small percentage right now of big money out there that owns AMC. We probably own 90 to 95% of the float, if not higher. So all I want to try to get across is that this is what they want. This is working. What they're doing, we're all looking for someone to blame, right? And really we should be fighting them, but we're fighting amongst each other. And maybe this is part of their grand scheme. They knew if they could drag us along for 7-8 months, that eventually people would start looking for someone to blame. We'd start pointing fingers and saying, no, you're a shill. No, you're FUD. You're this, you're that. Show your position. This is probably exactly what they want. This could be exactly why they're doing this, why they decide to drag it out so much and take these big, huge hits these billions of dollars they've lost in the last month, while AMC went from, $10 a share to 77. They were willing to take that risk. Remember what Ken Griffin said. I played it in like 3 videos I've done. They were willing to do anything to kick the can down the road and not get margin called. CNBC had the van out front ready to break the story, and they pulled it off in 2008. Right? They didn't see it coming. They didn't see us coming. They didn't see the housing crisis coming in 2008, and they didn't see us coming in 2021. But we're here now, and we've gotten far in this play. We've come a long way since December, January, February. Me personally, I didn't buy in. My first share I think I bought was on March 3rd. It was about a month after Trey had his first video about his account getting shut down. I was following it for about a month. I saw it go from like 4 to 7 or 8. And I think that's when I got my first share, somewhere in that time frame. But man, we've come a long way from there. We have done a lot as a community. Let's try to keep it together. We got one enemy right now, and that's them. It's us versus them, and us is everybody. 4 million people worldwide of all nationalities, all different cultures, background, sexes, religions, colors, whatever you want to say. We're a huge community of people who are on a mission right now, right? To fix the market going forward for us and our kids. And we can't do that if we're fighting amongst each other. We need to be fighting them. We need to be huddling in, taking a knee, and coming up with a game plan for what we're going to do going forward. I would hate to see this fall apart after we've come so far. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I hope you guys appreciated the video. And I'm glad I didn't do what I was going to do and go just rip into a tirade with Lou. That would have been a bad move right now. When we're down in the stock and people are feeling bummed out. We need something positive. I want to say something uplifting and try to get us back together to where we were not even a month ago. We were all hyped and everyone was on the same page, and we need to get back to that. If we're going to beat these guys, we need to do it together. So try to stick in there and get your head back in the game. Forget about all this nonsense. Let's try to have a clean slate going forward. If we can do that, whether it starts on Monday or we can just turn it around tonight, which might be hard because there's been so much thrown around and accusations and whatnot. But let's see what we can do to try to bring this back in and get focused on the mission. And the mission is beating them. All right, guys, that's all I've got for tonight. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.